How is heat transfer? Thermal energy transfer is heat moving from a warmer object to a cooler object. Block A has a higher temperature than block B. Then heat is transferred from the warmer block to the cooler block. Finally, the two blocks are the same temperature and heat flow stops. How is heat transfer? There are three ways heat can move: conduction, convection, and radiation. The first is conduction. Conduction occurs when energy is transferred from one atom or object to another. Conduction can occur in liquid, gases, or solid objects. For conduction to occur between atoms within the same object, they must also be touching or nearly touching. Conduction does not cause materials to be displaced. When you hit a metal strip at one end, the heat travels to the other end. As you hit the metal, the particles vibrate. This vibration makes the adjacent particle vibrate, and so on and so on. The vibrations are passed along the metal, and so is the heat. You likely have noticed the high temperature attained by the metal handle of the cyclette when placed upon a stovetop. The burner on the stove transfers heat to the metal cyclette. If the handle of the cyclette is metallic, it attains a high temperature, certainly hot enough to cause a bad burn. Other shell electrons of metal atoms are shared among atoms and are free to move throughout the bulk of the metal. These electrons carry the energy from the cyclette to the cyclette handle. The second is convection. Heat is transferred by current within the fluid or gas. Convection moves in a circular pattern. To understand convection in fluids, let's consider the heat transfer through the water that is being heated in the pot on a stove. As the metal becomes hot, it begins to conduct heat to the water. The water at the boundary with the metal pan becomes hot. Fluid expands when heated and becomes less dense. So, as the water at the bottom of the pot becomes hot, its density decreases. Differences in water density between the bottom of the pot and the top of the pot result in the gradual formation of circulation currents. Hot water begins to rise to the top of the pot, displacing the colder water that was originally there. And the colder water that was present at the top of the pot moves toward the bottom of the pot, where it is heated and begins to rise. The circulation currents slowly develop over time, providing the pathway for heated water to transfer energy from the bottom of the pot to the surface. A final method of heat transfer involves radiation. Have you ever sat too close to a campfire while cooking marshmallow? You're enjoying the warmth, only to notice that your skin is real warm. In fact, the heat received on Earth from the sun is the result of electromagnetic waves traveling through the void of space between the Earth and the sun. To radiate means to send out or spread from a central location. The transfer of heat by radiation involves the carrying of energy from an origin to the space surrounding it. The energy is carried by electromagnetic waves and does not involve the movement or the interaction of matter. Thermal radiation can occur through matter or through a region of space that is void of matter.